it was definitely a funny situation where the parent that I was speaking to, they said that, King's and Bristol, they put as a firm choice and they put Plymouth as a backup choice. And then my initial reaction was, I told them that Plymouth is not a backup choice. It's actually one of the most competitive dental schools in the entire UK. From a pure percentage perspective, there's about, 800 applicants for only about 50 spaces. So it has a lower acceptance rate than the other universities like King's, as mentioned. So it's one of those cases where people just make decisions based on what they've seen, based on what they've heard around from family, friends, and it sounds like King's is more difficult to get into than Plymouth, but the reality is that it's the complete opposite. Surprisingly, last year, Plymouth actually capped the number of spaces they had available. So there was only 20 spaces available for Plymouth Dental School, which just meant that it was like 2 or 3% acceptance rate for 2025. And the reason behind that was because they had oversubscribed the applicants from the previous year. So again, just do your research. This is what happens if you don't have support when you're applying and you don't do your research. And it can ultimately lead to you doing something like this, where you pick a university because you think it's a backup, but you end up getting rejected because it was not the best choice to make. And yeah, I guess that sort of brings me on to what we do at Study Smart. And one of the core things that we help with is actually looking at your child's situation, their GCSEs, their A-levels, their UCAT, their personal statement, and using that to determine which university they should apply to.